Vienna Symphonic Library, they've just released an update to their SYNCHRON Prime edition. This is really cool. It has this new flow interface. And what it does, it just kind of takes away the complicated layer of the Synchron player, and it makes it a little more accessible. And here it is. And so this is the standard interface that we normally are familiar with the Synchron player. And you've got all your browsers and things in the Synchron collection. We've got Synchron Prime collection here. But if we look over here, we've got this Prime Flow button. As soon as we click that, it changes the interface. And so now we have this really cool, it's laid out just like the orchestra layout would be. You have percussion, horns, woodwinds, first and second violins, all the string section here, and then whirlwinds. And so let's just hit the percussion. Sorry. Okay, so let's just do the timpani and just see what happens. And so we've got all of these things that just kind of comes up in a very cool. Now this is kind of interesting because we look here and we can see this dynamics kind of reflect what velocity that we're hitting. And now let's see. Let's go to octaves. And rolls. And then, of course, we can control the rolls with CC1. And I really like the way this is laid out. And what we can do, we can go back. We can just click that and go right back. And the Celeste. We've got mic balance here. Instead of having to work through all of the different mic position sliders in the Synchron mixer, but this, so if it's all the way over to intimate, it's kind of like in position, which is like hard panned over to the left. And then as you move it toward ambient, it gets a little more, the mic positions change, and we go all the way over. And then, everything is just right there. Yeah, Guy, Mirror 3D is insane. in the best way possible. And so we just click back on the instrument section and the Glockenspiel. And we have the dynamic range controls. Everything is just sitting right here. Absolutely, Peaches. I think that's what I feel too. It just kind of strips out all of the laboratory mad scientist types of things that you don't necessarily need right away. So you can just play. You can play and the interface kind of not get in the way, but encourage you to kind of jump in and experiment and enjoy. And I keep forgetting the Glockenspiel is a mallet instrument. So if somebody's got like 10 different mallets, Yeah. And let's go back. So we might save the horns and woodwinds, and we might come back to that. You know what? I think the triangle might be. Let's just jump back in there and see. Yeah, the triangle. Look at that. We've got a huge. Let's see. Yeah, let's turn this up a little bit. Open and closed, and then you have the rolls here. Yeah, so that's really cool. If you can hear that, you've got really good ears. And let's see, let's pull the harp up. And then this is cool. So you tap into that, and then over here you've got all the different things in the string section. So the harp is the first thing. Yeah, crotales, yes. It's I think that would be like a percussion instrument. And the mic balance just to get it. I like pushing it all the way. And see, it tells you the default setting right here. It's got a little orange dot there. And yeah, so Nigel, yeah, so you get back and forth to the older interface. You just click the precision. We've done that a couple of times just to get into the that precision layer of the interface. And it is. The harp is very beautiful. Okay, so here we go. Let's see. Let's go. Let's just jump right into the strings. So we're in this because okay. So one thing I want to do, I want to click on the individual. I want to click on the harp and just see the harp here, but it's just divided up into those layers. And the only thing that's got its personal specific thing is the whirlwinds, the tin whistle, the bansuri, the dizzy, and the shakuhachi. But let's just pull up the strings. And of course, what I'm going to do, I'm going to pull up the strings full range because that's where this shines for me. Um, of course, we've got staccato. And the velocity. Look at that attack. See, the attack is just kind of moving and it's responding to the velocity. It's responding to how fast you're playing. I thought it was velocity, but it's responding to how fast you play. See? And then faster, it'll switch up to agile. Yes, it is. This is Synchron Prime Edition. I know it's a little confusing because it looks like a new instrument, but it's Synchron Prime Edition. Yeah, with just new furnishings. And listen, one of the things you can do if you like this approach, let BSL know about it. Give them your feedback. We're just kind of exploring this, and we'll be exploring it for a little while. But if this is something that you like, and you know what, you can actually get some demo licenses, I think, for Synchron Prime Edition, and you can try it out for yourself. I think that is so cool. But feedback is just really important to just let them know what you think about it. And okay, that's just staccato. So you got pizzicato. Yeah, absolutely. So this is like a start. I would think it's just like a great starter orchestra package. It's a great package to kind of get a little bit of everything. And then since you have the Prime Edition, if you decide to go up to the larger libraries, then there are upgrade paths, and you get some price breaks from that. Um, and Yeah, and of course it's limited because you can see when you go back into the Precision browser, it will say, you can get more articulations with some of the other sections. And so, yeah, so you can get a license for 30 days to try it out and explore it. And it's so cool. And then you've got the longs. I'm having one of those deja vu episodes right now because I think we've done this before, but we haven't done it. Yeah, it does flow. And then tremolo, of course. Now look at that. So I'm watching, watch the attack down there. So that is responding to your attack. So if you play it real slow, real soft, soft velocity, it's got a regular attack. But if you hit it in there, it's going to do more marcato. It's going to dig in just a little bit. This is where it gets amazing. Is this universal articulation. So this sort of stacks all the articulations together, and it is a I would call it like a performance patch because it's listening and responding to how you're playing, and it's selecting the articulation that corresponds with it. So let's just see what happens here. I'm playing just very soft. And you see that little velocity. I'm gonna just keep playing a little bit harder. Now what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go ahead and go into Cakewalk, and I'm gonna bump up my velocity just a little bit, and just to kind of get a little bit more out of the Casio. So you can hear those transitions when I play a little bit harder. Barry, the advantage is that this just kind of lets you play those parts in without thinking a lot about all of the other controls. Then you can go back and edit, using the things. I think this is just something to get in there. It's perfect for sketching, Mark. I mean, and let's see. Oh yeah, there is something. Yeah, yeah, there is. Yeah, you can. And I saw it. Okay, okay. So CC3. Let's see. Do I? I don't have CC3. Let me see. Uh, okay. So you know what? Okay. Okay. So what I'm gonna do? Um, okay. Hold on. No. Uh, okay. I can't do that. Let's see. Okay. Let's see. Um, okay. Gee. So you back this tremolo legato with CC3, and I think you could possibly assign it to you can assign it to another controller possibly. So yeah, let's see. Let's go back to the longs because um, I did hear I did hear a portamento. Okay, I'm gonna just load up the first violins and let's see. There it is. There it is. There it is, Nigel. So let's look at this. So we've got the long here, and okay, so here we go. Now watch. And I'm triggering the portamento with the sustain pedal. So they've assigned the sustain pedal to CC64. That's so cool. And then the universal. It still has that trigger in there. So your velocity is going. See, I kind of my eyes kind of glaze over, and I go away for a little bit, but I'm watching the I'm watching that first note. You see that little first note bouncing around, and that is listening to the velocity. Yeah, that's so cool. Yeah, the portamento. Yeah, the portamento can be a blessing and a curse. Just enough makes it. Yeah, that's so cool. Yeah, you can see kind of everything that's going on. Okay, let's see. Okay, let's see. Yeah, you know why? Because of course they're recorded in different rooms. So orchestral tools, their strings were recorded in Taldecs, and of course, you've got all of the Vienna Synchron libraries recorded in that large synchron stage. The only way around that, in a way, is to use some close mics and use the convolution type things to kind of get them to play together. I've not actually tried to do that, but they are comparable. Okay, yeah, comparable, not compatible. Yeah, but it's interesting because they've got different timbres, different sound. The sound stages are different, so that causes things to happen a little bit. Yeah, I'm really liking that. I'm really liking that. So you got the violas. Let's just load the violas up, and then the sustain pedal. You're triggering that portamento with the sustain pedal, which is kind of cool. Really cool. And the individual articulations are monophonic. I mean, then you can get in there and play the full sections when you've got the 6-5-4-4-3, and these are polyphonic. And I'm going to put the universal on here. For me, this is like what I would probably use all the time to get my part laid down first. I'm going to back down the velocity so I can just dig into that. It's nice. And I'm going to push that ambient mic out. That's kind of cool. You can go from just kind of playing soft . That's kind of nice. To be able to go from soft and flowing to just more short. And then I can just pull the piano in underneath. Push that ambient mic. I'm going to push the ambience all the way out. This is what we're used to seeing with the Synchron player, and I'm just going to go ahead and load up the brass in Synchron Prime. And let's just do the 2D brass with the 15 players. And so this is what we normally would see. And the articulations are down here. And we'll use the key switches and all that stuff. So this is what happens when we click on the flow, this little flow icon here. Now, we're going to click into that, and this takes us to this new front end. I'm going to click on the brass section of the orchestra. It brings us to all of these new patches. Well, really the same patches. It's the same patches we were looking at in the older front end. And so let's just load up the trumpet in B flat. We'll just kind of work our way up. So you see all the articulations right here. You still can key switch them. And the dynamics are controlled with the mod wheel. And if you look down at the bottom middle section, you see that first note, velocity controls the attack. And let me do this. I'm going to turn off the reverb so we can just hear what's going on. Let me see. I'm going to get my chat over here so I can see. Now that's just like let's pull this over. Now, this is another thing. We've got this mic balance. We can go all the way over to the left to intimate. And that is very dry sounding. We can go all the way over to ambient. So it's basically like a macro control that is pushing the mic signals back and forth. And we've got the vibrato control we can assign. And we can control the vibrato there. And then we can bring in reverb with that control. And you see this little dot, that's kind of like a default, I guess the default setting for the mic positions. But the universal articulation, it kind of folds in all of the legato and short notes and everything into like a performance patch that we can and dynamics are still controlled by the CC1. You know, I don't think there are no muted trumpets in this. This is kind of like I guess, an initial starter package, and then with some of the other expansions, like with some of the other brass libraries and things, then you have more articulations that are available for those. Let's see. I'm gonna just move this a little bit, and let's see. See what else we've got. We've got trumpet 1 and trumpet 2. You know, if you're watching, I showed you the odor interface. So that's, yeah, this is just an overlay. This is just an updated overlay. So you just got to pay attention. Yeah, because it's very cool. And this is what I really like. I like just loading up the 15 players here. And we've got shorts, longs, and universal. And this is the full brass section. And this is probably where I would live initially when I'm doing a brass part. Just makes it very fast to put an idea down. Now this is just the long articulation, but let's go to the universal, and this is where things get really, really fun. Janton, good to see you. Velocity triggers the attack. I love being able to have that. Let me see where my velocity is here. Yeah, okay, so I've got it pretty much at the standard. And see, we've got those dynamics. I'm gonna push that ambience out. Yeah. So you get in with where the tubas and trombones are down in here. I just think that is so cool. We got to do this. You got to do this. Yeah, Justin, that's correct. Push that dynamic. And let me just pull up the French horns and we can hear just what the horns, the 6 players, just listen to how nice and, let me see something here. Talking about a brand new library. We're talking about an existing library, but with a new workflow. That is what they've done, is stripped away a lot of the complexity of the Synchron interface and just broke it down into some very nice way to access it. And so it's not a new library, but it's a new way to play Synchron Prime. And they're testing this out to see how people like it. If you like it, if you've got suggestions, just send them a note and tell them what you'd like to see, what works and what doesn't work. This is some woodwinds today. And come on, I'm gonna go back to the complex. And now this is what you normally would see when you open the Synchron player. So you see this little icon, this will switch to Prime Flow. We're gonna just click on that and that brings you to this view. And then you have the option over there to go back to Precision. So let's go to Woodwinds, and then we've got this broken down into all the different woodwinds. There's not really an ensemble woodwind section in here, which I'm kind of surprised. There it is. There's the clarinet. And this is just the long articulation, but what we can do is go to this universal, which is fabulous. It's just like a performance type of articulation. Now this is the classic, and because you've got the Synchron stage, and that's typical. That's typical of just the basic Synchron stage. But what we can do is go to these. We can go to these mix presets, and let's see what this sounds like. Now that's a little better. And then we've got reverb down here we can turn off. And that's nice to be able to make a dry sound. You can have a dry sound. I'm just going to give myself just a little bit more gain. There we go. And then we can go all the way to this mixed balance, all the way to intimate. There we go. And that's very dry. No, we didn't. Let's see. Let's go back to flute. Yeah, flutes. I started with flutes, but I didn't have. And it starts with a long articulation, but then it jumps. You can jump it to the universal. And velocity controls how the articulation is. So if you play it soft, it's going to have regular legato. Now let's push it all the way out to ambient. And the mod wheel controls the dynamic layers. And CC11 is expression. Just beautiful. And let's see, let's go to the English horn. And vibrato is controlled by CC20. That's a beautiful sound. And let's see. I wonder, that's the thing. Okay, yeah, no, let's see. Yeah, I can't, what I'm trying to do, I want to right click on that and, okay, let's see. Okay, no, not that. I'm just wondering, yeah, if we can reassign these CC numbers. And I'll have to find out. Because that would be great to put that on another fader on the mix face. Very beautiful sound. Okay, let's see what else we've got. The bassoon. Let's see. And you lay into it. It goes up to that staccato. It goes from regular to sforzando staccato to very cool. It's just a very wonderful way to have everything kind of in front of you where you're not overloaded by a bunch of controls, and it just gives you undercooked as far as dynamic or volume. David, that would help to kind of understand. Elaborate. And woodwinds probably tend to be, I might have, let me bring the gain up just a little bit more. Let's bring it closer, a little bit closer. And you hear it getting closer. that's a little aggressive. Okay, yeah, let's see. Let's go to the bassoon 2. And let's see. Let's go to the alto flute, Mark. Universal. Yeah. Okay, let's try that, Nigel. It seems like it brightens it up a little bit. It's kind of like a filter. Now let's see. Let's check out these effects presets. Let's go to the sparkling and hear what that sounds like. And lush. And we've got a humanization on the tone. And let's see the vibrato. Yeah, you know, Peter and the Wolf is really significant for me because I remember in I guess it could have been 4th, 5th, or 6th grade, you know, early in the music class that they showed the film. They showed the film where they broke down all the instruments and with the leitmotifs and everything. Can you imagine like a 3rd or 4th grader, me, little 3rd or 4th grader version of Simeon sitting there and watching that film and them saying, okay, so the flute is like the one that represents Peter, and then the oboe, it represents this one, and then okay, so let's see. The French horns, let's see. Yeah. The big bad wolf. So it's like amazing to see. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to just pull up the Celeste. In Synchron Prime, it is a really nice, it's a put together start. I would call it like a starter orchestra. If you don't have a lot of other orchestral libraries and just kind of starting out, this is a good one to kind of start out with because it gives you a little bit of everything, and then you have an upgrade path to get some of the larger string, brass, percussion libraries to kind of fill out more of the articulations. So let's go back. Let's go back here and let's just kind of, oh, wow. Okay, so like the effects presets here, we've got rotary and phaser. That's kind of cool. And then, okay, solo is centered. Nice and warm. That's real nice. Okay, so let's do this. Let's get this set up, and then we'll just kind of play something. Yeah, dynamics. Yeah, you can see that. That's kind of cool. That's kind of cool. Okay, so let's see what we can do.